this is Jason with Jason's Trucking Info, and I have Billy. What's your last name?
Alston.
Billy Austin. This is going on YouTube, so whatever you're not comfortable with being on the world of YouTube, so just don't want to tell you that. Billy's gonna give his opinions, his advices about the trucking industry and about getting into the industry and stuff. So any of you new guys out there who are thinking about getting into the industry, or this is just one more interview for you guys to listen to another truck driver and get their opinion, their advices. This is not about my opinions or my advices or any of that. This is about this gentleman's what he thinks and what he's going to tell you. So just get started. How did you go about getting in the trucking industry? Did you grow up in it, or did you get into it on your own somehow?
I started driving truck back when I was 13 years old. My stepdad took me out into the oil fields, and we'd go out there, he'd stop. Here, get behind the wheel. You're driving. So I'd start driving. So I learned how to drive truck in the oil fields.
Okay.
All the fun stuff. Dodging the potholes, backing up to the oil derricks and stuff, and pumping off brine water, you name it. I learned all the trade through him.
Okay.
So,
old school style.
Old school. School of hard knocks. He'd pull up next to a set of trucks, and he'd pull up straight in front of them, tell me, okay, put it in between them trucks. And at 13 years old, I'd drop it in the hole, put it in between the two trucks.
Okay. What all types of trucks have you driven in your career? I'm sure you've driven a bunch.
In my career, I can only say I have not hauled equipment.
Equipment. Okay.
Because I've been driving for 30 years. So I've done belly dumps, I've done transfer trucks where the trailer slides up into the back of the dump truck. I've done heavy haul, 5 axles on the trailer. I've done telephone poles, I've done rock hauling, I've done reefer, I've done flatbed, I've done a little bit of tanker. I've done damn near any of it in the industry.
I know you mentioned being a trainer at one point.
Yes.
How long did you do that for?
I trained for 6 years.
Okay. Probably had a bunch of students.
Yep.
Can you recall how many students that was, or even a rough idea? Or is it...
I have no clue. But I'll tell you this much. My best student was a female. And that's because she actually paid attention to what was being said and took the knowledge and ran with it. And I've had shitty students that I have told to get off my truck because they didn't want to learn nothing. They thought they knew everything. Now, as a trainer, I'm there to help you progress your training and knowledge on how to do the job. Whenever you come into the industry, don't think just because you come out of a trucking family that you know everything. Because me, driving for 30 years, I still don't know everything. I'm still learning every day. The day that you don't think that you can learn anymore, that you know everything, hand them keys to someone else, because you're going to kill yourself, somebody else. And I sure as hell don't want you on the damn road with my family. So, yeah.
Okay. What's the best advice you can give to anybody about how to get in the industry, or things they want to consider before they even go setting their mind up to do it?
Okay, first of all, here lately, to me, in my opinion, everybody's thinking they can get rich driving truck, and it's become the new welfare department. Straight up. I'm being honest, I'm not going to bullshit nobody about nothing. It seems like any and everybody thinks, oh, I can go out and just drive a truck. No. Driving truck is not a job. It is a lifestyle. If you can't handle being out on the road and everything, then you don't need to come out. You have to have a positive state of mind. You can't take to heart every time someone flies you the bird, whatever, have road rage, because it don't work. To get into the industry, I say stay away from Swift, stay away from England, stay away from
I went to CRST and CR England.
yeah, well, a couple of them I'd say stay away from.
Yeah.
Now, one I would say to actually go to, and I know this company firsthand because I drove for them. Plus, I just got my nephew into driving trucks 6 years ago, is CFI. Now, they had a good training department. They put you through a college to learn it. So you do end up paying that back. But that's only if you don't work for them for a year. So that is one place I can say, yes, I would recommend. But most of these other outfits, like CR England. Okay, CR England, they try to put students with students. A student doesn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. So they're not going to be able to teach you what you need to know. They haven't had that winter out on the road. Nothing like that. So, yeah. My key thing is I like training in the winter because that way I know personally my student has had a winter under their belt under supervision rather than, oh, we're going to take them out and throw them to the wolves. We're going to let them train during the summertime, but then throw them to the wolves.
Yeah.
No.
Teach them how to chain up in the mountains and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Because even like with me, I used to be a log truck driver. And in California, up above Sacramento, them mountains are nothing to play with. When you're taking the front end of a truck and literally putting the front end of the truck over top of a 800-foot drop-off as you're making a switchback, you gotta have balls of steel to do so. And I've seen drivers get killed out there doing it.
Yeah.
So I pay attention to details. And take your time. Don't rush into anything. Don't think that, okay, I'm just coming into the industry. I'm going to go buy me a truck. I'm going to make millions of dollars. Bullshit. I've been in the industry all this time. I've tried 4 times. This is my 4th time trying to buy a truck. First time I went from day 1 to the very last day of my lease. Okay, the company told me that I could have a $20,000 buyout at the end of the lease. Well, the day that my lease ended, I went down to pay the $20,000. Oh, hell no, it's going to be $58,000. I walked away from my truck. That's the only reason I don't have my truck now. And I've been to two other places other than this one now. And they just don't pan out. Take your time, do your homework before you get into it. And especially if you're planning on going out here and driving a truck, if you are family oriented, you have to think, okay, I've got to get my experience before I can go and do that day job being home every night. You can't just walk in and say, well, hey, I'm going to go get this job and I'm going to go home every night to mama. No, it don't work that way. You got to go out, get at least 2 years of over-the-road training or over-the-road driving, then you can go and start thinking about getting a local position. But other than that, just keep your head straight, and you can't have it when you are out on the road. You can't have mama at home calling you about, okay, the kid got a bad grade, and getting all worked up and stuff like that. Save that kind of stuff for when you're at home rather than out on the road putting all that crap into your head, and then you're thinking about that, taking your mind off what you're doing, and get yourself into an accident. As we call it, throwing wood on the fire. Don't need to throw them little minute things that really don't mean anything right now while you're out on the road at the driver. Save that for when you're on home time, when you can sit there and discuss it, everything, and not get your mind all off in the clouds somewhere. So.
Okay. Covered quite a bit, so I'm trying to think of a good question here. Anything you can think of that we may not have covered yet?
Yeah. Always keep a positive state of mind. I mean, other than that, I've pretty much touched from point A to point B. If they've got any questions, you'll have my number.
Yeah. At what point do you think a company driver or a new driver is ready to get out and be a lease purchase, owner operator type deal? When do you feel like that individual should consider it, or when do you think they should say, no, I better wait?
Honestly, in my opinion, I would say get 4 or 5 years experience under your belt in a company truck. That way, if you're tearing up someone's equipment, you're not tearing up your own, for one. And it'll also give you that training in someone else's vehicle. You're not doing the wear and tear as you would for training on your vehicle. When I was training, I was doing it with my own truck. It was my personal truck I was buying that I was training with. So I knew what my thing was, that I was going to be training new students and I was going to have issues. A student tore my transmission out and I was down for 2 weeks. That meant I still had that truck payment coming out of my pocket. I still have that hotel cost coming out of my pocket. Plus all my living expenses, everything else, all my truck notes, all the bills accumulated with the trucking. So, yeah.
What's the top mistakes that you feel that new people do coming into the schools and getting with the trainers? What are some of the biggest advices you could give to the students that you've seen numerous times newbies doing as they come to that school, having these not great expectations or not knowing what the heck they're getting into?
Bad attitudes. You come in with a bad attitude, I personally am one of these people. I'll treat you how you treat me. You come in with a bad attitude, start throwing attitude at me, son, you done lost all my respect. Just that quick. Or, young lady, you done lost all my respect. I don't care you're male, female, black, white, Asian. I don't care. It's all the same to me. Come in with respect. Don't come in with this younger attitude, as I call it, millennial attitude. You owe me attitude, because we don't owe nobody nothing. But we are willing to share our knowledge, our skill, to teach you a safe way to drive a truck, how to freaking get out there and make money without killing yourself or someone else or getting injured. So best thing I can say is come in with a positive attitude, get along with everybody, get good people skills. Um, if I don't know you, I'll still pick on you because that's the kind of person I am. So
Poking fun, but it's meant out of
Right.
fun and lightheartedness and just trying to be friendly and
I don't take shit personal. If I took everything personal, I'd be in the wrong industry.
oh yeah.
Every day I'm getting told I'm number one. Whoopie twang. Whenever they flip me off and stuff, instead of getting all pissed off, you know the best thing I can do to them? Turn around and smile at them. It just pisses them off that much more, but they get the drift.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit there and fly them the bird back. I don't have to try to ram them off the road because I'm bigger than them. And like nowadays, I'm seeing more and more of this happening, a new trend in the past 10 years where drivers are cutting off other drivers real short or acting like they're driving a car. No. Be respectful out on the road. Open up space. You don't have to go on, have a faster truck because that truck in front of you can only do 62 miles an hour. And you've got a 75-mile-an-hour truck. Whoopie twang. Take time and respect that other driver because that's what his company's got him governed at, for one. He can't get up and haul ass, do the speed limit. So he's doing the best he can. He's doing his job. Just because you got a faster truck doesn't mean that you have to go up there, wipe his nose and piss him off and give him a bad attitude for the rest of the day. Because then whenever you do that, you ruin someone's day, they're going to turn around, ruin someone else's day, and it starts a chain reaction. So even though you've got a bigger, badder truck that hauls ass, show respect. If you can go around that truck and everything, you've got plenty of acceleration to give that damn extra 3 truck lengths instead of just cutting them off right at the nose. So
Okay. What should the new guys be expecting when they go into the new facilities anywhere to start as a student? And how should they be packing and how should they be preparing?
to pack, pack a pillow, a damn sleeping bag. If it's winter time, winter clothing, definitely. And also in the winter time, make sure that you have food, water, all the stuff, because sometimes you will get shut down on the side of the highway, be there for 2-3 days. So when you're out on a truck, in the wintertime especially, don't let your truck run down below half tank. That's my minimum. In the wintertime, I don't let my truck down below half because it's a safety issue. You get up there into Laramie, Wyoming and get shut down up there on 80. You get up there for the snow and you get shut down, you can be shut down for 3-4 days. If you don't have fuel in your truck, you're not going to be able to idle. You're not going to be able to keep warm. Stuff like that. So there is some issues that you can plan for. Think of your safety and what you would do to survive a week. Carry a case of water on your truck. Carry canned goods on your truck. Even if it's only a case of raviolis, at least you got something on the truck to eat. I say steer clear of Top Ramen. A lot of people think, well, Top Ramen's cheap. That's what I want to eat. No. It's not nutritious. And if you do not get the right nutrition, then you get fatigued. Which fatigue will make you also start getting disoriented, what have you, and get into an accident. figure out what timelines work best for you to drive truck. Some people can't drive at night. Me, myself, I prefer to drive at night. Less traffic, scales aren't open, you don't have all the teenage kids out cruising around. You name it, and it just seems safer to me. So,
Get a lot of students trying to bring too much crap with them on the
yes.
trucks,
Yep.
thinking they need to.
Like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see, once you're out on a truck, well, when you're with a trainer, you don't want to take everything you own. You don't want to pack the house. But once you're out on the truck by yourself, then is whenever you start bringing in the stuff that makes you comfortable, makes your truck your home. Because there is no home time really in truck driving. You go out 3 to 6 weeks at a time, most generally. Then you go home 3 to 4 days at a time. Most companies don't want you home more than 4 days. There is some companies you can go home for an extended period. It's for every 7 days you're out, you got 1 day off. So say you're out 6 weeks, then you get 6 days off at some companies. But a lot of companies say you go out, same thing. For 7 days, you get 1 day off with a maximum of 4 days at one time. So my thing is, I like spending weekends at home. Go in on Friday, come out on Monday. So.
Okay. I'm just
Think
trying
hard.
to think of any good questions.
Think hard.
Because you covered a lot of things. So, do you prefer team driving or solo?
Never. I will never team drive.
You never team drive other than when you're being a trainer?
Being a trainer is one thing. I don't have a problem passing my knowledge on to other people. But as for team driving, I will never do it. For a simple fact, well, I can't say never. If I found a young lady that was interested in driving truck and everything with me, and we clicked, then I could say yes. As a couple, then yes, I would team drive that way. But as for, say, me and you, no. Because there'd be too much headbutting, thinking one always thinks that they are the senior driver, or thinks it's their way or the highway. No, I'm sorry. With everything I've done in my life, I've been a farmer, been farming all my life, been driving truck, been a logger, been in construction, so I'm headstrong all the way around. And someone comes up and starts butting heads with me, then it's all about, there's the road, hit it. I'm done. But as a trainer, I can take a person out 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is at the time, and train that person and give them knowledge, and in that time still have time away from them, because you take days off while you're training and let that person get a break in a hotel or whatever. That way, that's the other thing I'll hit on in a minute. I did remember something else.
Okay.
But that way they have time to clear their head, get away from me and go and have some privacy time. In a truck, you don't have no privacy time. You are in close proximity of each other 24/7. And this is what I was just getting ready to say about, get back to in a minute, is hygiene, personal hygiene. Okay, me, myself, I say every day when you stop to fuel, you get your free shower, take it. You gotta be clean, stay clean. If you're on the truck with the trainer, same shit. Nobody wants to smell your BO or stinky ass. And I've walked into truck stops and smelled a driver 10 feet away from me. And when I can smell you 10 feet away from me, you definitely need to go wash that butt. Right over there's a shower, go get in it.
You got those guys gotten so big driving truck that even when they do shower, they don't get everywhere because they can't reach everywhere. Right. They're having other issues. They might be trying to bathe properly, but they're not getting anywhere because they.
Well, I have also smelled where people went in to do their laundry and wash their laundry. When they threw them in the dryer, it stunk up the whole damn truck stop. Speaking of stinking up truck stops, okay, a lot of people that are coming into the industry, guys thinking, well, I'm gonna go play with these little hookers out on the truck lot. Lot lizards.
Yep.
Do not do it. I have personally seen, say, Miss Mary over here jump from Joel's truck over here straight over into John's truck over here and then go down in between the trucks and in a mud puddle, wash her snatch, and jump into Mike's truck over here, Jason's truck over here, then go back and do it again, then washing her career off in the damn mud puddle, then go over and sleep with Joe Blow and everybody else. You don't know what's out there, for one. You don't want to take that kind of shit home to your wife, girlfriend, significant other, whatever. In all my years, I've never messed with one of them, and I never will. The way I look at it, if I need it that damn bad, I'll find me a girlfriend. I'm not going to do that. Or, I'm sorry, but I'm going to put it honest to you. You'll get very acquainted with Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters.
Oh, yeah.
Do not, and I cannot emphasize that any more than that, is do not mess with them. Lot lizards are very disgusting, and then the other part is like the video that we watched in orientation.
Yes.
That human trafficking. A lot of the times, you'll see these beautiful young ladies out there wandering around in skimpy outfits, what have you. They've got some pimp sitting over in the goddamn pickup, staying warm. And red flashing lights. They have a pimp sitting over there in the damn pickup or whatever, staying warm. And they're out there walking around in skimpy outfits in the snow. You may feel sorry for them. And, which I have felt sorry for them. But, thing is, that could be part of the human trafficking aspect of things. And a lot of us have the human trafficking phone numbers on our trucks and everything else. So if you do see something like that, you can call that number and report it. That is something I find very strong. is they do human trafficking a lot. Say it might be your sister, your daughter, whatever. They can go out, grab her, take her back to a hotel or wherever, drug her, and then start pimping her out to whoever. And if she goes and says something to them, she might end up dead. So that's why a lot of these young ladies will be into that kind of stuff, is because they've got someone sitting back holding a gun to their head, basically. So that's something else about it.
Yes, very important. Very important stuff. I haven't not seen a whole lot of that out there, but I've always done jobs where I'm not hanging out in truck stops very long because I've always been teaming. The truck's always moving. Done more teaming than I have solo, and so I'm just used to doing both ways. So
I literally had my ex-wife in the truck with me, and we pull into a place over in Dallas, Texas, truck stop, and we had a young lady. I was sitting there doing my logbook. It's back before we had all this electronic logs. Sitting there doing my damn logbook at the steering wheel. Ex-wife's in the back of the truck in the sleeper, and young lady comes up, knocks on my door, asks me, "You want some company?" Turn around, I looked at her, I go, "No, thank you. I've got my own company." And she goes, "I don't care. She can join." About that time, my ex-wife comes out the sleeper behind me and wanted to whip the girl's ass. Well, my ex-wife had never been out of California. So I'd taken her on a slow run from California all the way to New York. Told my dispatch I wanted a slow run so she could see a different country. So we did that. Going into New York is whenever that happened. Coming back, we ended up stopping at the same damn truck stop. Well, needless to say, that same girl came up and damn near got her ass whipped again. They don't care. They don't have no respect for themselves, and they're sure as hell not going to show any respect for you. You let one of them into your truck, you're opening yourself up to all the diseases, like I said a while ago. Then you're also opening yourself up to her unlocking the doors, even though you have the doors locked and you're getting jiggy with it. She might reach over there, unlock the door, and have her buddy slip into the truck with a gun, knife, whatever, and rob you or even kill you. There was another incident in the time I've been driving. A bunch of trucks had pulled into a rest area, and they had a beautiful young lady come up, knocking on the door, saying, "You want a blowjob? Meet me in the men's room." This first guy passed it up, says, "No, I'm not interested." Goes to the next truck, same thing, tells him, "You want a blowjob? Meet me in the restroom." Not interested. Well, somewhere throughout the night, she found one that was interested. He met her in the bathroom. The next morning, they found that driver in there with a bullet hole in his head. She had lured him into the bathroom where someone shot him in the head and killed him, robbed him. So that's another thing to look at. So, safety first.
yes. What have we not covered that you so
No, don't shit in a bag and leave it out on a damn parking lot. Don't piss in a jug and throw it out the damn window because someone else has to pick it up.
yeah. Your story reminded me of a couple years back when I was on my trucking channel a lot more. a lot of the drivers were talking about the young black woman driver who was parked at a truck stop. I don't remember where, but someone got in there and raped her and killed her in her truck.
Yes.
I don't. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I've heard of many of times of that kind of stuff. Now, here is a safety tip. When you're in your truck, if you take your seatbelt and wrap it through the arm of the door, and then come back over, take the arms of the seat, lay them down, and then lock the seatbelt back into its damn seat. That holds your door shut. So, yes, if someone wants in there bad enough, they're going to get in. But at least that gives you a fighting chance. And I've got to say, you know, a lot of these outfits, they say no weapons, no mace, no nothing. You know what I got to say about that? Fuck that. You got something on your truck that's going to protect you, such as mace. It's not against the law. I can't help it. I would say at least have something to that aspect. They tell you you can't carry knives on your truck. They tell you you can't carry guns on your truck. You can't even carry a BB gun. You can't carry this. You can't carry that. Well, you know, there is something that I got in my room that is just as bad, but it is a safety instrument. 15-minute flare. Pop it. Who's going to come up against you? They may have a gun, but that flare is going to keep that person distance from you. So, something like that, you got to use your head, think out of the box, because me, myself, I bought all of my sisters. I've got 4 sisters. I bought all of them, and my mother, little flashlights about yay big. Well, guess what them flashlights had on them? Bzzz, bzzz. Every time you hit that damn button, you had a taser right there, right where the flashlight is. So, I gave them some kind of protection. There is a way to protect yourself out there. You just got to think outside the box. It's not necessarily carry a knife, not necessarily carry a gun, but you never want to take a knife to a gunfight. So,
Yep, definitely.
hairspray and a cigarette lighter works just as fine.
Yep. All right.
Or wasp spray.
Yep. Let's see. I'm thinking.
Treat people how you want to be treated. You want respect? You got to give respect to get respect. Earn what you're wanting to put out there. What you're wanting. So.
Okay.
Think hard.
Yeah. Well, do you think it is necessary? All the endorsements. Which ones do you think are? I mean, it kind of depends on where you're going, but which endorsements do you feel people should definitely have? And which ones are?
Okay. To me, I will not have my hazmat. I've had my hazmat. I carried them for 12 years. And I'm going to tell you point blank. Damn, 30 years ago when I started driving truck, they used to give me 2 cents a mile extra for carrying a hazmat load. Now, they give you 3 cents a mile. So you really think 3 cents a mile is worth getting a ticket for a little piece of sticker left on your truck that's going to cost you a month's wages? To me, piss on you. I'm not getting my hazmat. It's not
Okay.
worth it. Any company that tries to force me to get my hazmat, I will not work for. Now, you can carry bulk oil without a hazmat in the 500-gallon totes. You can carry stuff like that without a hazmat, but you have to have a tanker endorsement because you are carrying bulk liquids that move around. So you do have to have your tanker endorsement. Doubles and triples is another endorsement I've got and I've always had. So doubles and triplers and tank, the two that I've got, and I've always had them, and they cover anything I want to haul because I
Okay.
don't have to haul damn. I don't have to haul damn explosives, anything like that. I mean, if the pay was better, even with my experience, I can't get into a dang job that's paying me $65 an hour over here to haul these explosives, and that's something unrealistic to get into. Honestly, even as a rookie driver, if you're getting an hourly job, which you will not get right off the bat, you'll have to get 2 years experience before a lot of companies will even hire you. But realistically, as a Class A driver, you would get $20 an hour. That is, okay, I went out, I learned this skill. I had to go through special classes to learn this skill. So you can pay me for my knowledge, not my time. You're paying for what I know, not that seconds that are going by on that time clock. So,
Okay. What are the realities for the new person coming in? Kind of similar to what I asked before, but I'm trying to different. Because a lot of people do not have the right perception of what they're getting themselves into, and as a newbie, you're coming in, you don't know what it's going to be like jumping into that truck. You don't know. You know, I remember when I jumped on the truck, it seemed so big when I got on that rig and felt like I was in charge of a fucking building or something, you know. And it was a little bit overwhelming the first couple of days. And it shrinks on you over the years, and then it starts feeling like a car, and that's when you get into that.
complacency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
See, now, to me, I can drive a rig like I can a car.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of where my vehicle is. Where a lot of people come in, like students, oh, I'm in a BMW, I can do this, I can do that. Just whipping that truck all around. Well, guess what? Then you got a mess all over the highway.
Yeah.
And your mama and daddy's getting a phone call. I'm sorry, your son just got killed or your daughter just got killed in a rollover because they were trying to drive a damn 53 footer with 80,000 pounds like it was a damn sports car, or wiping out telephone poles.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you know where your vehicle is at all times. Make them curves nice and wide. Do not do it so wide that damn four-wheeler's gonna come up there and sneak up beside you and then get hung up underneath your trailer. Stuff like that. But my main thing is, with students, don't be talking on the phone. Put your phone away. I've had bad experience with a student. She was a lesbian and her lover got the car repoed. Well, while I was over there doing my paperwork and stuff, trying to score her, she's over here texting while she's driving. Trying to do it to the sly on her leg. Well, I caught it because I was in the sleeper doing the damn paperwork. When I come out of the sleeper, I told her to put her cell phone up. She got all pissed off. Told her again, put her cell phone up. She got all pissed off again. Then we just happened to be over by the TA in Laramie, Wyoming, which is a humongous truck stop. I told her, pull in, let's park. I gotta go to the bathroom. So she pulls in. She goes and heads straight for the very back of that place. I told her, nope, park up front. And she refused to. I told her, park it up front. I've got to go to the bathroom. We're in her hot load. We got to go. Turn around, get her up the front. She was so damn disrespectful to me. I threw her ass off my truck. Because, number one, the truck is your home. If you're opening up your home to somebody, you don't disrespect the person's home, for one. Keep clean. Clean up your mess behind you. Don't expect someone else to do it. Your mama's not out there on the truck with you. Number two is like with her. When I told her to pull up, park the truck, she pulled up in the middle of the driveway, set the brakes. So now she wasn't just being disrespectful to me, she was being disrespectful to you, anyone else that was trying to get in or out of that facility. Yeah. So with that kind of disrespect, we don't need it. After I told her to park it, she refused to. Tells me, if you want to park, you park it. I backed it in the hole real quick, got up, went in the bathroom, came in, back out to the truck. She was in the truck. She was behind the wheel again. She turned around when I told her let's go, started yelling at me at the top of her lungs. Well, I'm sorry. You gonna yell at me? You're gonna be crying at the end of the time, because I'm gonna raise my voice. I'm gonna make you know what yelling's all about. And that's what I done with her. Then I turned around, I picked up the phone, called safety, called the training department, said get this girl off my truck. She went with another trainer. The other trainer threw her off the truck because she refused to back. So, always saying, when we're trying to teach you something, don't go about taking your personal life into the truck. Leave your personal life for your breaks, for your home time, whatever. But there's not a damn thing you can do about what's going on at home while you're out there on the road driving down the road. So you can't help that your significant other got the car repoed at that time. Not a damn thing you can do about it. Wait until you get down the road. Get parked, taking your break, whatever. Handle your business. But meantime, just keep that kind of shit at a minimal. Because all it does is brings your blood pressure up, makes you attitudey, and your mindset goes off on everybody else.
often you run into students who think, oh, my daddy, my mommy, my grandpa, or whatever was a truck driver, or everybody in my family's been a truck driver, so it's in my blood. I can do this. Meanwhile, they have no experience, no whatsoever to get in the truck, and they're trying to act like they know everything, but yet they don't know nothing.
All the time.
I had this young guy when I went to CRST as a refresher. My girlfriend came there as a student. I went there as a refresher. For whatever I think it was because my girlfriend's grandma passed away, so she had to go home. So I stayed on the truck, and I had to have a couple different partners temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
And for one or two trips, and I remember we were coming up I-15 from California heading north, and I had to literally stop this guy, and this guy was all cocky, like, oh, my daddy's a truck driver, and he's a mechanic, and he knows how to do that, and I know how to unhook the governor, and I know how to do this. Meanwhile, we're running into heavy snow, and we pulled into a truck, one of them truck stops up there. I can't remember what it was. I just remember that I kept having to stop him from pulling the trailer into other trucks because he's trying. He doesn't. It's like he thought he was driving without a trailer on. Dude, you're gonna run and to stop him from dragging that trailer into the 15 trucks in the deep snow in whatever TA or Petro or whatever that truck stop was that we were at in. I don't even know what state it was. It wasn't California anymore. What's the first state north of California on I-15? Oregon.
You got Oregon. It goes California, Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've been over there, but yeah, it was deep snow and the chain laws were going up. I think they're even shutting down the road, and we had to go stop. And this dude just, and then later I'm talking to him on the phone. He's in his own truck. He's telling me he's getting ready to get fired because he keeps speeding because he's coming down the steep hills and speeding, and he keeps getting in trouble with the company for speeding, and just like, and he's getting pissed at the company, just like, dude, you're an idiot.
Never do Georgia overdrive. Georgia overdrives when you slap that sumbitch in neutral and just let it coast. The truck at that point is out of control, and it's against the law. And if you're in a standard, a lot of the times you can't get it back into a gear to slow that damn thing down once you get cooking.
Oh no.
So
you can't.
Once you knock it out of gear, you are committed and screwed. Now, you said something that just made me laugh. Like I said, my best student was a female. She treated me with utmost respect, and I'll go about telling you how I got her on the truck. I had another female student who tried going and saying sexual harassment, whatever, the day I upgraded her. She'd already been out on my truck for 4 weeks. Then the day that I go to upgrade her, she was pissed off at me because her boyfriend left out the day prior to us getting there. He left out with his trainer. So when I went in to take her to upgrade, she decides to start throwing sexual harassment at me because I was not going to let her get there on time because it was New Year's Day, New Year's night. I turned around, I said, I'm shutting down in Las Vegas rather than going to Salt Lake City, Utah. Shut down in Las Vegas, met up with one of my friends, and we already had plans for that day. And she knew this, but then her boyfriend calls her up and tells her, hey babe, I'm leaving today. Are you going to come in and see me first so we can get it on? No, we're staying in Vegas for the night, and then we're going to be there tomorrow. Get into damn yard. This girl puts false allegations against me for sexual harassment because her boyfriend had already left. don't be that bitch. It's not the proper way to go. Be honest with everybody and everything. This girl gave me a bunch of grief, right? But as I was at the terminal, Angie, my best student, was sitting right there, and she'd seen what was going on, me going back and forth to the office, safety office, and everything else. She turned around, looked at me, and says, point blank, "Motherfucker, you're gonna be my trainer." I go, "I can't. She done screwed it up for you. You're gonna be my fucking trainer. I don't give a shit what you say. You're gonna be my trainer." And she was persistent about me being her trainer. And everybody knew me. Had a damn truck that was very knowledgeable and very known. It was named Bad Influence. Hello. So I go out. I told her that I couldn't do it. I told the safety department, the training department, that she wanted me to do it. They said only if we were dating could I go and train her. I told her, well, they said only if we're dating can I train you. I can train you. And she says, well, good, then we're dating. She went up, signed paper saying we were dating and everything, saying that I couldn't harass her sexually. She couldn't sexually harass me, so it was free open game. The whole time she was on the truck with me, we never done anything. Everything was strictly business. That girl had the most respect for me that I've ever seen from anybody. She was well-mannered, everything. Her boyfriend, a newbie coming in, thought he knew how to drive truck. Like you were just stating with that other gentleman. That's what made me think of this. Is we got shut down in Oklahoma. All the states around us were shut down. So we were all shut down due to snow. And I mean deep 2-3 foot snow. Then we're sitting there at truck stop and they're sitting there bullshitting back and forth on their phones. Next thing I know is I'm getting a text message telling me, hey, I'm coming in. Tell Angie to go take a shower. Because normally she'd take a 45-minute shower. Tell Angie to go take a shower. All right. Angie, get your ass up and go take you a shower. You stink. Messing with her. She got all pouty. Goes in, take her shower. Normally, like I said, she's in there 45 minutes. I go in, I jump in the shower and take my shower, come back out. She's already in the damn truck. Apparently her boyfriend had been screwing with her, telling her she was an ass and what have you. They was mad at her. Well, he told me I'm coming in. The highways were closed, mind you. It was illegal to be out driving. He snuck in a back way. And I sat there and I watched him as he was coming up. He tells me, tell Angie to go in there and pack her stuff that you're getting ready to roll out. So I sent her to the sleeper. She's back there packing up her stuff. I'm watching him pull in around us like this and back up behind us. There's a brand new Freightliner. I mean brand new. Just right off the dealership. Right next to me, facing ass backwards the way I was facing. Well, this guy come around and there was a space in between that Freightliner and myself. He came around, hooked it in between, wiped out the front end of that damn Freightliner, that brand new Freightliner. Wow. With this trailer, dead center. And he's telling Angie, babe, come back here. She's like, I can't. You're way the hell over there, wherever. babe, come back here. She goes, I can't. I said, he's right behind us. He just had an accident. She goes, no fucking way. She looked. She seen that he was right behind us. Well, I went back there, took pictures of the whole accident scene, because that's something that you definitely want to do. Is if you ever get into an accident, take pictures of everything. I don't care if the front of the vehicle was not involved. Take pictures of the whole vehicle, 360, because it also shows if the other driver is a negligent driver. If you got your front bumper ripped off, but you hit someone with the ass end, you got the front bumper ripped off, or bungee corded up, fenders or whatever, that shows that you don't know how to drive. I've had people like that hitting other people that I've went out and taken pictures of. But like with this kid, I went and got out. I took pictures of everything. He tried telling safety that he slid. No, he did not slide. He cut the corner too short. In his thoughts, he was going to go up and get with his woman. So his mind wasn't there. So he was participating what was going to happen in a little while, rather than dealing what he was supposed to be dealing with now.
Wasn't watching his mirror.
Right. So he hit that damn Freightliner with the center of his truck. When he did, the company didn't fire him. He was still stuck around. When I upgraded Angie, like I said, she was one of my best students. She bought me a damn knife, that big, that had a wolf on it and eagles, because I collect both. So she got me something special in a wood box and gave it to me the day that she graduated. Well, she turned around and went out and teamed with him. She will never drive truck again because of what that boy's actions were. He scared the shit out of her so freaking bad, she won't even drive a truck anymore. I'm still in contact with her to this day.
Wow.
And that was back from 2009. So
I've seen a lot of trainers, like when they get a student that gets off their truck, they always like buy them something they might need for the truck.
yeah, most generally, a trainer like myself, if the student shows respect, shows that they're going to do their job, okay, let me start this all over again. We don't have to buy you anything. The only thing we have to do is give you our knowledge. But as myself, as a reward program, I will, whenever my student gets off the truck, give them a brand new Cobra 29, because every single semi on the road should have a CB in it. Not for doing this Radio Rambo bullshit. It is for safety. Yeah, you're sitting there talking back and forth to other drivers as you're going down the road. That is another safety feature, because it's keeping you awake. But if there's an accident 5 miles down the road, driver's sitting there telling you, okay, there's an accident. Well, you can start slowing down, preparing yourself. Knowledge is power. You have time to react to that, rather than having all these 40, 60, 80 car pileups. Back in the 80s and 90s, CBs were very popular. Everybody had one. Nowadays, seems like nobody wants to have one. Bullshit. Use your CBs. Get them. It's not like I said, it's not to go out and call out Jason or Mike or Tom or whoever for a fight. It's not all about just being a smartass. And yes, there's a lot of cussing on a CB radio, but still, in my eyes, back in the 80s and 90s, we didn't have all these accidents. 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. We didn't have all these accidents because we all had CBs. Okay, now that everybody has got a CB or turns it off, whatever, don't listen to it, you're getting all these multi-car pileups. There's no reason for it. That one little box can save your life. Look at that tanker that went hauling balls into that snow and stuff and went right down into the damn middle of a big pileup and blew up. That killed all them people down there in the bottom. So that's why I give a CB. Once in a while, I even throw a Ram McNally Atlas at them. Laminated. Because a laminated Atlas you can sit there and you can draw on with the damn little marker and wipe it back off. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a CB, but it doesn't get out very far. It's straight out of the box.
You know
And
what you
only
do
gets
with it? It could be the wire, the coax, the CB antenna. You get that CB antenna and that damn thing matched up, SWRs, you should be good. But if you got a cheap ass antenna where it's fiberglass antennas are not the best. Fire stick is a good antenna, but it's fiberglass and they crack. Get a metal antenna because they bend and they don't break.
Some CB guy told me I need to get some like upgrade in it, the CB itself.
Yeah, you can get them what they call tweaked or peaked and tuned. Now, I get them tweaked and tuned, and honestly, I have went barefoot, like you said, straight out of the box, out in Salt Lake City, myself and another driver, going opposite directions. We got out 20 miles on the flatlands with just barefoot CBs. That was without being tweaked and tuned. But you can get them tweaked and tuned at the right place if you don't get a hack. So make sure that you know the damn CB place has got a good rapport with drivers. But yeah, it only costs you like $25. Get it done. Well worth it. Then you can get out there farther, but yeah.
And mine was only getting out like about the time you see him, you're
Done. That's your antenna.
So
That
that,
would
was
be your
just hooking
antenna.
up to whatever the truck had already on the truck itself.
If you can only get out as far as you can spit, then you need to fix your antenna and wires. Because one straight out of the box, you're looking at getting 3 to 5 miles out. So you got good distance with them, just straight out of the box.
Yeah.
But you can give it that little extra by tweaking tuning. So yeah.
One of
Or
those things I'm probably gonna grab when I go home. So,
I mean, I've got right now. I think I own 7 Cobra 29s. I don't go for all the fancy digital top back Roger beeps and stuff like that. I did own a General Lee. General Lee is one of the top of the line CBs, and it had a damn bunch of that stuff, Roger Beep and all that into it, the echo and all that. I gave that to my nephew. When I got him into it 6 years ago, driving truck, I gave that to him. So now he's got my expensive toy, and I'm back over here using a $109 Cobra 29. But that Cobra 29 does just as well as that $800 CB I gave away. So.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. I think we pretty much covered about a lot of important stuff. I think people watch this video will get a lot of help, a lot of good information.
Always look over your back. Never know who's behind you.
Yeah. All right. Pretty much ready to wrap this up and let this go. I think both ready to wrap this up. Anything else you feel you can add for that newbie truck driver? Anybody that's getting ready to considering it in truck driving school or out with their trainer? Any last words of wisdom?
Yes. Actually, there is. Never say something to piss somebody off just because you think that person is 1,500 miles away from you, can't touch you. My dispatcher done that to me one time. Got cocky. I turned around, I told him, boy, you best watch your damn tone, because you never know when their driver's going to be standing right behind you. You're going to come in, sit down in your chair, the driver's going to be sitting right behind you. He says, I'm not fucking scared. Well, guess what? Very next night, guess who was standing behind him? I was 1,500 miles away the night before. He looked at my Qualcomm, seen where I was. He wasn't scared of me. Next night, he had a total different attitude because I was standing right behind him. So never sit there and say something to someone else just because you think they can't reach you. They can.
All right. Cool. How many years of experience would you say you had?
30.
30? Yeah. So
5 minutes of driving.
well, the trucks know the routes, right? You just sit behind the wheel.
Yeah, no, I do like that guy done on one of these other things. I set the damn cruise control, my autopilot, I step in the back and I can get a margarita.
Oh, that guy that they said they fired. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
all right.
I have heard of guys doing that, setting the damn cruise control and trying to crawl in the sleeper because they think that the truck will drive itself. Because it's got lane departure and all that good jazz on it. The damn braking and all that. Well, I have seen them set the damn cruise control, step out of the seat, go back in the sleeper.
Had any students fall asleep behind the wheel on you?
I had one doze, but never fall asleep.
How close to falling asleep behind the wheel have you ever come?
Too goddamn close.
I actually did it 5 years ago when I was working at Randy's Diesel. I was driving liquid egg tanker and burning. I wasn't getting enough sleep at home. I was
Right.
doing egg exempt miles. I will never do that again.
As a trainer, I was only getting 3 to 4 hours a night. So, and that didn't really fatigue me.
Yeah.
It's all about your body being able to do it. But then again, you can also go out and see some beautiful country nobody else gets to see.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Anybody watching this video, please hit subscribe. Leave any comments or questions directed at me or Billy. And I'm going to be sharing this video to him so he can check it out once in a while and see if anybody's asking him any questions or whatever. And so my channel is not about me, folks. My channel is about everybody else and trying to help people, because I got into the industry and there's just so many things they do not tell you getting in. You find everything out the hard way.
School of hard knocks.
Yep. And you don't know. I mean, that's why I have the series of how to become a truck driver, to get you guys prepared, to make sure you got your health in check, to make sure you got cross all those dots and T's before you ever go out to any truck driving school or anywhere. Because a lot of times they send you hundreds, if not thousands, miles away, and you don't want to get out to that school and find out that you got to go back to your own doctor because of some blood pressure thing, or
Right.
blood sugar, or you got to get glasses or something stupid. It's I mean, you just never know. Or make sure you don't have a criminal background or anything like that. Always make sure you find out everything before you ever leave.
Do not ever try to use fake piss or anything like that to pass a drug test. You will never ever work in the industry, because that is a government guideline that you have to take a drug test. If they do a hair follicle on you, they can go back 7 years, according to what I've been told. And most places will look back about 6 months. So they can tell timeline of when you've used drugs and stuff like that. Don't do it. If you're going to come in, get yourself clean. I don't care if you smoke weed or whatever. Just clean yourself up. But while you're driving truck, you cannot do any kind of drugs. No marijuana, anything like that. I don't care if you say marijuana is not a drug. It is a drug. In the state or the government's eyeballs, it's definitely a drug. So don't try this bullshit. Well, I'm gonna use fake piss, pass my piss test, and go on out. I'll be the first to tell you. You may think that, then you may go and take your damn piss test, pass it, then turn around and asshole. you may take Diane.
Did that distract you? I'm sorry.
Yes, it did. But you may think, okay, I passed my piss test today, and you come out nice and clean. Then turn around and go out and smoke a damn doobie with your buddies and say, hey, yeah, I passed my piss test, smiling, laughing, all that shit. Say the next week you get popped with a random. Well, you don't have time to go clean yourself up, because they tell you, okay, they call you on the damn phone. You always have to have hands free. That's something we didn't cover. It's hands free devices. But they will call you up and tell you, okay, go up here to the next exit. They'll know exactly where the hell you're at. Go up here to the next exit, get off that exit, go down to the stoplight, take a right, go up to the car lot, make a left. Right down there, just about a quarter of a mile on your right hand side, you're going to see Walmart. Right next to Walmart, there is a clinic. Go in there and take a piss test. Well, at that point, you're right now. So don't screw yourself. Don't screw up your career. Do not come in thinking I'm going to fool everybody, because you're not fooling nobody but yourself. Don't be that fool.
That stuff stays in your system for days.
30 days.
Yeah. If
People
you've only
don't
been
think so.
smoking for a day, it can still stay in there. Sometimes it can.
But in a hair follicle, which I've seen people try to pass them. Well, you know how they pass them? They go in there, they shave every damn stitch of hair off themselves. guess what? You just automatically failed. Because you knew you were coming in for a damn hair follicle, and you deliberately got rid of the evidence.
Yeah.
So that's an automatic fail. I know a young lady that done it. She failed. It was in one of the orientation classes. So, not only that, but technically, if they really want to take a hair follicle test from you, they can go with the hair off your arms, hair off your legs, hair off your genitals. So, most of the time they do take it right behind the back of the head, but they can take it from anywhere else on your body.
Yeah.
Don't screw yourselves. All right, let's get the hell off this thing.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks. Leave that a like, subscribe, comment, and
Flying the bird.
we're about to lose battery here. Our battery wasn't that low a second ago. Anyway.
That's why I just looked at it.
All right, guys. Bye. Hope you enjoyed this interview. Billy sure gave a lot of good information. Bye.